Oh yeah, we back with another episode of The Twisted Tea, where we come to bring you the news with a twist. And today, we have the NBA. Oh yeah, free agency for the NBA is upon us. It just started, and there is a lot going on. So we're gonna get into a few things that are taking place, like Klay Thompson just changed teams. Paul George also just changed team. Jason Tatum contract just got the highest contract. Oh yeah. We're going to discuss it. We'll also talk about who may still be on the board. Chris Paul just changed teams. Be honest, I don't think it matters much, as these are just some of the top stories around your free agency today. Let's start with Paul George, because Paul George just left the Clippers, who he's been playing with for quite some time, now has a new team. That's right. The Philadelphia 76ers is Paul's new team. That sunny weathered LA, oh, it's gone. Just like he is. Now, do I think that this is good for the 76ers? Yeah. They also just re-signed Maxey. So they re-signed Maxey to a good deal. They picked up Paul George. You still have Embiid. So now they have their little core three. We just need to see how they play together. The 76ers over the last few years keep trying to put people with people. And guess what? You've seen it. It hasn't worked for them. I can't tell you why it hasn't worked, because I'm not there. I just think that some of the players, after a little while, don't like playing for the management. Allen Iverson even spoke about it later on after his career and told a little something to Andre Iguodala, whom also played for the 76ers. Now, I'll also go out there and just say that I do think Paul George is a good player. I think he still has some of the qualities that he used to have in him. Last year, he was averaging 22 points a game. Now, we have 82 games in the NBA, all right? Here's my thing with Paul George. There's 82 games in the NBA, and Paul George normally doesn't play 82 games. So after signing this huge contract, okay, Paul ended up with 4 years on a max contract for $212 million. Now, that's pretty strong, pretty good money for somebody who is at the end of his career, okay? He's been in the league for about 15 years now. So this 4-year contract is pretty much where he's probably finishing off his career, okay? And I know he's chasing a ring, and I know they chasing a ring, but if you ask me, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there too and just say I don't think Paul George is going to play over 56 games. I think that you can lock in that bet that Paul George would be at 56 games max. That's it for this year. In the past, when he signed contracts with teams, he's gone on the next year to normally play 60, 70 games. I mean, in all actuality, out of the 15, 14 years that he's been in the league, he's only had 3 seasons where he's probably played full seasons, okay? So, not hating on Paul George. I think he's a good player. I'm just looking at this with my glasses cleaned and not filled. This year, you might get 56 games out of him. Next year, you're going to get 40-something games out of him. Next year after that, he'll probably be injured for the whole year. And the one after that, well, I don't know what he might do. He might just hang it up, since they'll probably pay him for it anyway. But in those comments, I want you to tell me what you think is going on with this Paul George situation. Do you think it's going to be a really good fit? I think that they're going to do like they do most years when they get to the playoffs. Somebody's going to be hurt and they won't make it out of a certain round. And that just happens to them all the time. I feel like that's their trend. I don't see it changing. Also, on the blocks for today, in your free agents, if you want to talk max contracts and big signings, well, Jason Tatum just took on one of the biggest contracts in NBA history. That's right. And as we know, he just won a championship. So I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to get paid. Okay? He definitely deserves to get paid. And when they signed Jaylen Brown again, he had that big boy contract. So we knew that it was only a matter of time before Tatum got a big boy contract too. And Tatum takes more of the face role than Jalen does, where he's 26. So he's still young. He got that super max for $315. That's right. $315 million over 5 years. And we know Jalen got $304. So let's be honest, they're not far apart in their numbers. Between the both of them, the Celtics are paying out $600 million. Okay? Now, is it going to be worth it? We're going to find out. They're going to have to bring out another championship at these prices in order for that to be worth it. Do I think he deserves it? I do think that he deserves to be paid. I also think he needs to stop missing those free layups underneath the basket, okay? Because that pisses me off every time I see him miss a bunny, right? I think that what they should do is they should probably play a game with him this year, and for every time he misses a layup, they fine him, and then maybe he'll stop missing them, okay? Hey, best of luck to you. Best of luck to the team. We look forward to seeing what'll happen this year coming up. Klay Thompson, though. Oh, yeah, Klay's moved on. All right, we know he spent his whole career hanging out over there with Golden State and bringing them the success that we've seen over the years in this historic franchise, becoming a dynasty. And now it looks like Klay said bye to Bay, and he's done moved on. All right. Over the last couple years, I will say that we've watched his time, his minutes, and his injuries. Well, we've watched his time and his minutes go down, but his injuries go up. So, am I surprised that they probably didn't want to re-sign him over there? No, I'm not surprised, because the team is starting to move in a different direction. He ended up going to the Mavericks. That's right, where he's joining Luka and he's joining Irvin. So, what role he plans on playing will probably be very similar to the role he played on Golden State, with a lot less shots, because good luck trying to get the ball between these two. I do think that he has slowed down a little bit and lost a few steps. Do I think he could be help for their team? Yes. Do I think they're going to make it back to another finals appearance? No. Okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. There's no way the Mavericks are making it back to another finals appearance anytime soon. It's not going to happen. Get it out your head. I'm sorry, Dallas. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but again, I like to make sure my glasses are clean and not foggy, and I'm telling you what I see, and I don't see them making it back. Now, I will also say that Derek White agreed to a 4-year, $125 million deal for his extension. All right? Now, I told y'all in the last video, he was Mr. Underrated, and now he deserves some money. So I'm glad to see that they put some money in his pocket, because he deserved it. Tyrese Maxey re-signed with the Sixers, but he re-signed for a 5-year, $204 million contract. Now, let's just be honest. Last year, he came and showed out. All right? He was averaging career highs. Mostly all his stats. Made the All-Stars. Deserved it. That boy played ball last year. Okay? Deserved it. I don't know how it'll go this year. Again, they're going to have to figure that out. Like I said, when it comes down to them winning the championship, well, I don't see it happening. All right. Now, the 76ers have spent over $444 million in making sure that Maxey stays where he needs to be. Well, Paul George is there for the first time. So they put out some good money. And like I said, with the money they put out, I'll be honest, I still don't see them making it all the way to the finals. There were some other signings and other smaller things that may have taken place throughout the day. But these are just some of the biggest things that took place. And guess what? We just started. Technically, some of the people signing with other teams, it hasn't gone through. It won't go through for a few days. But you do know where it looks like they will go. I'm not going to keep you. I just wanted to bring that to you. Now, feel free to put anything you want in those comments. Let me know what you think is going to happen with Paul George. If you think Jason Tatum deserved that contract, do you think that Klay Thompson is losing it? And also, do you think it's going to make a difference with Chris Paul going to the Spurs? I mean, he pretty much came off the bench all last year. And well, The year before that, he did all right. But he has also been in the league forever. So, do you think it'll catch up to him and he'll start to show you a little bit of that slowness? So, a couple people still left on the blocks. Buddy Yield, who, well, let's be honest, nothing like, too crazy, but he did decent to the point where he could be a nice little role player on somebody's team. Also have Sadiq Bey, who, well, nice little forward. Let's be honest, though. He tore his ACL late in the season. He was doing pretty decent, though, before he tore his ACL. And like I said, when he's playing, he does his thing. With that being said, he also would be a nice little free agent to try and swipe up. I just wanted to let you know what was going on with the free agency on day one. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little bit more explosive as we go. It's going to be hard to top what we saw today, though. So, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming by. Don't forget to hit those buttons, those likes, subscribes, and comments. And checking out another episode of The Twist